My new girlfriend, 52F, cheated on me, 59M, and won't accept that I forgive her. I met this woman at the end of September. She's 52F and I'm 59M. I'm divorced and she was newly separated when we met. Her husband hadn't even moved out when I met her. We met at a party and she definitely caught my eye. That said, she wasn't looking for anyone and neither was I. When I got to talking to her, I saw that not only was she beautiful but kind, educated and successful, all the markers I'd want in a mate. The first night we met, we had some fun. Honestly, some of the best sex of my life. She went home and I never expected to hear from her again, but I did the next day, and the next day, and the day after that. Fast forward a few weeks and I'm realizing I have feelings for this woman. She says she has feelings too. Next thing I know, we're exchanging I love yous 6 weeks in. We're seeing each other regularly and talking every day. She works a ton and her husband moved out about a week into our relationship, but we still managed to keep close contact. Well, this week, she went on a work trip and I barely heard from her the entire time she was there. I asked her if we could chat on the phone while she was gone, but she said she'd be busy with client dinners and meetings. I said that was fine, that we'd stay in touch to the extent we can. 2 nights into her trip, she texts me that she fucked up. I ask how. She said that one of her friends who lives where her work trip is has been coming on to her after he found out she got separated. He's older and has known her for many, many years. She has described him as like a sort of father figure to her. Long story short, I asked if she slept with him and she didn't say yes or no. But I could tell she had. She apologized, said I deserve better, said she probably isn't ready to be in a relationship. But I told her I forgive her. I tell her I still love her and that I'm upset, but it doesn't change the way I feel. What should I do? Do I need to back off and read the tea leaves? She's so distant and littered with guilt. I don't know what to do other than tell her I love her and that she still means a lot to me. Am I the idiot for saying that? I am so in love with this woman and I'm hurt, but I'd rather work through this with her because I think it's a hump we can overcome. I'm just worried she doesn't feel the same way because we met so soon after her separation. Top comments. First comment, she's getting plowed every day since, and you have no sense of self-respect. A hump we can overcome. Yeah, man, she's humping, that's for sure. You've known her for 2 months, and I know it's scary to be alone at your age, but this is quite ridiculous. You guys are not in love, you are toxically attached, and I'm more so concerned about the image you have of yourself to have any sort of validation for accepting this type of behavior. Please, for the sake of your long-term health, leave. Second comment. Don't confuse my straightforward tone as disrespect. The brashness is to make you wake up from your emotional fog and realize that this is a situation that leads to nothing but heartbreak for you in the end, whether you choose to stay or leave. I'm wishing you the best, and I hope things work out for you. But that is not possible with a woman like this. Third comment. I appreciate it. I think describing it as a fog is the perfect comparison. Since I met her, my life has been encompassed by nothing other than her. And she's been an emotional wreck since her separation. More than once, she's come back to me crying because she's emotional over her separation. I thought maybe that was it, but it's evident by the comments that I'm being taken advantage of. Fourth comment, I know a couple people that went through the same thing. The "you deserve better" comment usually means that they expected you to leave, and when you didn't, she didn't really know what to do with herself. I would end it, out of respect for yourself. Sounds like she was expecting it to come to an end and doesn't really like that it didn't. At least, that was the case with the couple I knew. Fifth comment. If the sex is good, well, great, just enjoy the sex. Don't offer a relationship or anything permanent, and don't expect anything back. If you cannot handle that setup, she is not for you. She obviously wants to have a bit of a playing the field time. Nothing wrong with that. That's her choice. You could possibly meet up with her 1 day a week. Just don't take her out much or been seen with her, as this may restrict yourself from meeting someone else more suited for you. My girlfriend confessed to cheating on me, so I lied and told her I cheated on her, 25M girlfriend, 26, confessed to cheating on me last night, so I told her I've been cheating the whole time we've been together. I had my suspicions that she's been cheating as she's been staying out late and just acting strange in general. Well, when she made her big announcement, I replied by saying I've been cheating on her for the entirety of our relationship, which isn't true. I told her I've been sleeping with one other woman consistently, and this drove her absolutely insane. Like I genuinely thought she was going to do someone rash, like slash my tires or something. But no, she just screamed at me and demanded to know who she was. She went on to say she only cheated once, and she was completely inebriated when it happened, as if that someone absolves her of any wrongdoing. The audacity! Well, anyways, I broke up with her and threw her out of my house. I then proceeded to invite the boys over for some BPU. All in all, it was a hilarious experience. I know it's not a crazy story, but I thought it was funny enough to share. Top comments. First comment, sorry the post has been removed apparently, but anyways, here's a summary. So, OP suspected that her BF might have been having an affair with a mutual female friend. That friend was allergic to peanut butter. So, OP, in order to test whether they were really having an affair, eats peanut butter one morning and gives BJ to her BF before he goes off to work. Sometime later, the BF announces in a group chat that the side chick was hospitalized due to an allergic reaction. He also berated OP for being insensitive and practically offing the side girl fake or not. I think it's hilarious second comment, the devastation that it probably caused. Friend breakups hurt more than romantic ones in my mind. You kind of expect romantic relationships to potentially end, but your bestie is supposed to be cutting it up with you until your last breath. That is awful. Third comment, not just friendship breakups, but if someone goes around accusing innocent random people of having an affair that never happened, it could also break up the friend's own romantic relationships if their partners are dragged into it too. What a mess, dragging people who have nothing to do with it into that toxic wasteland. Honestly, the OOP and his girlfriend deserve each other. Fourth comment, I am always amazed at people who get upset when they say they cheated, but get upset when they find out they were cheated on too. Why would they care? They obviously do not care enough about the other to stay faithful. Like you who are upset. He said a lie when told he got cheated on. You are acting like she said I took you ice cream? Hey, and he went. I've been nailing your sister the whole time. Kinda shitty of you to excuse cheating just 'cause of a fabricated lie to get back at them. Shitty of you also to think they are even the same. Would you be saying this if a guy confessed to cheating on his girlfriend and then she said, well, actually, I've been sleeping with your friends the whole time? Are you one of those who would be cheering on that scenario 'cause of the reverse? Fifth comment, I hope this bloke didn't shoot himself on the foot. To all practical effects, he gave her the tools to say her cheating was justified or excused because of his behaviour. I would have kicked the girl out and just invite the boys to vent my anger. I mean, I give some sympathy to the girl for owning to her failure, so the most decent thing to do would have been to say, right, you crossed a line I wouldn't do, and my trust in this relationship is gone. Let's move on to greener pastures. Story 3. My M45 boyfriend cheated on me F31 for the last year and a half. She has messaged me bragging that she slept with him all the time while I was there, and even knew I was on my period, sent me pictures of them having sex, and how she couldn't stay away from him and was fucking him in the mornings, and then he would come back to me. We had so many discussions and I was so vulnerable crying in front of this man, and he continually lied to my face. I thought I was crazy thinking I was being cheated on. I thought it was my anxiety and that I must be insecure. The best part was I was taking care of his 80-year-old mom, taking her to the doctor, cleaning her house, doing laundry, cooking, etc. While he was banging Freddy Krueger in an RV while he was supposed to be at the store. He has decided to be a bitch and refuses to talk to me. Needless to say, I have gone on a rampage, letting everyone in his life know what happened, friends, family, and his hairdresser. I made a Facebook account to bless everyone with this delightful news. I emailed her employer letting them know how unprofessional and disgusting it is that their employee sent me pictures of her having intercourse. I found out that she was in a relationship for 4 years and this guy is friends with my ex, and that is how they met. He made a post of them together on Thanksgiving and how they spent it with her family. While she was clearing her conscience, she messaged me bragging about sleeping with my ex on Thanksgiving. That all exploded after I sent him the screenshots of his girlfriend. I don't know how I got involved in a Jerry Springer method out love triangle, but there is no way in hell any of these people are going to get away with it. I'm too good for him, and I didn't deserve any of this. I'm just getting my revenge and I'm done. He and Metheny can live happily ever after with the whole town knowing what they did. Should I phone call his mother and tell her? Or just leave it how it is? She is a sweet lady, and I will miss her dearly. I don't want to overwhelm her, but a part of me feels like she should know. Top comments. First comment. You must tell his mother, not out of vengeance, but because you like her, and when you disappear, she will be confused and not know why otherwise. Your ex would undoubtedly fill the void of information with his own narrative blaming you. Don't walk away with his sweet lady mother thinking ill of you. Second comment, Metheny tell her it isn't working out, but don't upset the poor old woman. Third comment, tell the mother you have been her caregiver and she needs the undiluted truth, included proof. She maybe not believe her son would do cheat,